This is a video response made to comments made by Oklahoma State Representative Sally Kern over the past weekend. In her recent speech, which you can take a listen to by typing in the search terms below in your little YouTube box, and which, for the record, Miss Kern thought she was making to only 50 people. She makes several statements that are seemingly on behalf of American Christians that demand a response. She repeatedly uses phrases such as, not all religions are equal, not all lifestyles are equal, and homosexuality is a bigger threat to this nation than terrorism or Islam. But then she goes on to claim that she's not anti-gay or gay bashing. She goes on to relate with horror how the gays are infiltrating city councils and presents a laundry list of homosexualized cities where the gays are apparently running amok and causing trouble. Can we look at this for a second? Can we really get out our Bibles and look at this for a second? Firstly, let me say this. I'm an Orthodox Christian. The views presented in this video are mine alone. I do not represent the Orthodox Church or anyone else except myself and my opinions. However, Miss Kern and the people who agree with her cannot simply dismiss me as a godless atheist. Miss Kern says that the Bible contains passages condemning homosexual behavior, and you can't deny that. Some notable examples are Judges chapter 19, verses 24 to 30, Romans chapter 1, 26 to 27, and the Wisdom of Sirach chapter 16, verses 8 and 9. There's also almost the whole 19th chapter of Genesis. But you know what else the Bible condemns? The Bible condemns arrogance. The Bible condemns judging other people, damning other people to hell, and daring to pick the mote out of your neighbor's eye before you've dealt with a log in your own. Do you have any logs in your eye, Sally? Do you have any logs? I know I have logs in my eyes. Look in your Bible again. The Apostle Paul enjoins us to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling in Philippians chapter 2, verse 12. We can only fix our own sin and heal our own broken relationship with our Creator. Think homosexuality is wrong? Don't be gay. Against gay marriage? Don't get one. Is it really that hard of a concept? Miss Kern goes on to protest that she's not anti-gay and not gay bashing, and then proclaims that homosexuality is a worse threat to the United States than terrorism or Islam. Let's not even talk about the fact that in the second sentence, she's equating all Muslim Americans with terrorist fundamentalists. Let's just leave that pearl for another day. So she's not anti-gay. I guess she just feels that gay people are second-class citizens who deserve none of the same rights as straight people. How is this not gay bashing again? If you look up gay bashing on Wikipedia, actually, if you look up hate speech, do you know what it says? It says that hate speech is a term for speech intended to degrade, intimidate, or incite violence against a person or a group of persons based on, among other things, their sexual orientation. So are we really going to tolerate this kind of blatant hate speech from a politician in the public eye? From a politician who so very clearly feels that gay people are a cancer and a disease upon normal people? A politician who undoubtedly has gay constituents, even if she doesn't want to recognize that fact. Let's face it. If her comments were directed at African Americans or Chinese Americans or Hispanic Americans, they would have made the front page of every newspaper and she would be resigning her office as we speak. But sadly, gay Americans seem to be the last available target for hate and ignorance. But thankfully, those days are slowly but steadily drawing to a close. Let me tell you something, Sally. You say that the gays are infiltrating our city councils, as if during the last elections, bandits in pink masks and rainbow makeup stormed City Hall and staged a coup. Do you know why those people got elected? Those people got elected because the residents of that city felt that they would do a better job than their straight opponents. That's why they got elected. They were elected by the fair and due process of law, regardless of their activities in the bedroom, and they have a right to serve. Also, Sally, you know what you're going to love even more? They've been there for decades. This is nothing new. Gay people have been on your city councils, teaching in your schools, working in your hospitals, pumping your gas, bagging your groceries, serving in the justice system, and even in the armed forces since way before you got elected. They've always been there, and no amount of hate-mongering disguised as pious religiosity is going to change that. They fought in the Revolutionary War, in the Civil War, in both World Wars, the Vietnam War, the Korean War, the Gulf War, and our gay men and women are serving right now in Iraq and Afghanistan while you sit in your comfortable office, like it or not. Apparently, they're a worse threat than terrorists with dirty bombs, just because they happen to love people of the same gender, but they're still serving on behalf of you and me and defending our freedom. When push comes to shove, what people fail to realize is that gay people want the same things that straight people do. They want to find someone to love them for who they are without having to apologize for it. They want personal and financial security. They want to be able to live in the neighborhood that they choose without fearing violence because of who they love. They want to be able to visit their partners when they get sick in the hospital and be able to raise children in a loving home. It's a sad day when these very goals, which are so socially acceptable for straight people, are not equally available to our gay brothers and sisters, due in large part to the utter ignorance of some of the politicians who are elected to represent them in government. Does this ring a bell, Sally? Your hateful little diatribe has brought shame upon your noble office and exposed your ignorance and your closed-mindedness. You know, the closing phrase of the pledge to the American flag says, "I believe in one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all." And I am proud to live in a nation that is slowly and inexorably, despite people like you, moving in that direction.